PeopleBuyAndSellHomes.com. Helping happy people buy and sell.
If I traded it all.
So welcome back, everyone. My next guests have never been on the show with me. I have with me Barb Leese, who is the volunteer and veterans coordinator of Solace Hospice. I also have with me Costel Roman, and he is the business director and clinical liaison of Solace Hospice. Welcome to the show. Tell everybody, I want you to tell everybody a little bit about yourselves. And you're here for a special reason. We've got a great day that's coming up in the next couple of days. So tell us a little bit about yourselves and what you do.
Yeah, my name is Costel Roman. I'm the business director for Solace Hospice. I've been working assisted living industry for a long time. It's been about 10 years. I enjoyed Solace Hospice about 5 years ago. We do hospice service for about 5 years. We'll do all the Maricopa County. Helping people with the Solace service, and yeah, we're proud and very exciting to let people know about this benefit of hospice, which is covered by Medicare, which is there is no cost out of the pocket and there is no copay or any other cost of your patients.
I want to talk a little bit about this. So you're from where?
I'm born and raised in Romania.
Because I didn't think you were from here.
Yeah. Born and raised in Romania. I've been here 34 years.
34 years? You look, sound like you
years.
just got off the boat. Oh, my God. So let me help you, okay? Let me kind of help a little bit. So hospice, Solace Hospice, you are here for a reason, and the one reason that you're here for is that you're veterans. You help anyone, obviously, but you are here for a special reason, and it's to talk about your programs for them. So first of all, you are all over Maricopa Valley. You help people all over Maricopa Valley?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I want to talk a little bit about some of your programs that you offer, and I want you to be able to do that, Barb. So tell us a little bit about why you focus on veterans.
Okay. We focus on veterans because we feel that we owe them a debt of gratitude. After all, we wouldn't have the freedoms we have today if it wasn't for our veterans. They laid their lives on the land for us, and we feel it's our honor to honor them.
And that is such a beautiful thing that you do that. But I want to get it out then that they understand that you don't just work with veterans, you appreciate the veterans, but you work with all people, correct?
Yes, we work with anybody who they have a need for this service, and veterans, we do more special things for them.
Okay, so now you're valley-wide. Their phone number, write this number down, it's 480-450-8867. The website is solacehospiceaz.com. So, okay, this is going to be fun because you have you do a lot of different programs that you offer for them. And one of them that you wanted to talk about today was your pinning ceremonies. And I want to talk about what they are and what they look like and why you do it.
Okay, thanks for asking, Carol. Our pinning ceremonies, because part of my job is to honor the veterans. As the volunteer coordinator, not only do I find volunteers to visit the patients, but the big part of it is the We Honor Veteran program. So what happens anytime a veteran comes on our service, I'm notified of that, and I schedule a pinning ceremony with the family, the patient, and we get it all set up, invite the family members to come along, and then we just go out and do the military pinning ceremonies in front of the families.
So that's really neat. So you come to them or they come to you? How does that work?
We come to them. We go wherever they are. If it's in their own home, if it's in a group home, wherever that patient is located, that's where we go.
And you do this because, again, you're all about honoring our veterans, correct?
Correct.
Right. And what are some of the special things that you do during the ceremony? Start from the top. What do you do? What's it look like?
First thing we do, I bring an American flag. We start off with
You got to do that.
We start off with the Pledge of Allegiance. I let the patient keep the flag. That's theirs to keep. I read a We Honor You letter to them, and it's thanking them for their service, letting them know we're here to honor you today. This is all about you. Next, our chaplain is a veteran, so he puts a We Honor Veteran pin right on the patient's lapel, thanks them for their service. Next, he takes the certificate that I make that has their name on. If they're a sergeant, if they're a staff sergeant, that goes on there. If they're a fighter pilot, they get the wings on there. And he presents that to them. I take a picture of that. And then the last thing he does, he takes a couple steps back and he says, "Sir, I salute you." And he salutes
I'm
the
in
patient.
tears.
And to see that patient salute back is the most heartwarming thing I have ever experienced in my life.
Oh, I
It
can
is
imagine.
something
I'm
else.
welling up as we're talking. That is so
Yeah.
wonderful that you do that. Now, not every hospice service offers this kind of thing. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yep.
So, and how did that start? Can you kind of tell us how that began?
The VA, NIPCO and the VA wanted us to take care of special care of veterans at the end of life. So they came up with the We Honor Veteran program, and hospices we choose definitely to be involved in that.
Now, when somebody calls, let's talk about that person who might need hospice, okay? What does it look like? Do they come to you and do you have a consultation with them? How do they get to be, use your services? How does that look like? You want to talk about that?
Yes, when we have a request for hospice, we have the whole team. We have a nurse practitioner, we have a registered nurse. We're gonna go up there wherever the patient lives at. Then we evaluate. If it does evaluate, it's qualified for hospice benefit. Then we're gonna contact the family. Then we do all necessary paperwork to bring on service.
Right. And so you work. You said all of Maricopa.
All
right?
Maricopa County, yes.
And you don't have to be, I'm going to say this again, you don't have to be a vet in order to, have their service, but if you happen to be, you just get extra because you deserve it. It's all
Yes,
about what
yeah.
you deserve.
Exactly,
Right?
Carol.
And again, their phone number is 480-450-8867. The website is solacehospiceaz.com. So for you say that your favorite part of this pinning services is when they salute.
Yeah, actually the whole thing.
How
And
long does it take? I mean, it's got to be beautiful. What do you do?
It
You make
is.
it so special. So
It is.
do they bring in friends and family? Can they do that? How does that
Yes.
work?
Yes, I've even had families videotape a lot. Sometimes they get them on the phone and record the whole thing. But the best thing, it takes about 15 minutes maybe for us.
Best
So we
15
honor-
minutes of that guy's life,
Yeah,
huh?
definitely. I have had veterans say, "No one saluted me since I left the service."
Mhm.
And it's just that pride that's shown in their face when they salute back, which is amazing.
So you also take pictures yourself, and what do you do with those?
Yes, definitely take pictures, especially for the family members that don't get to see this. Specifically, I take the pin when he's doing that, when he's presented with the certificate, and then that last most beautiful picture is that veteran smiling and saluting back.
So when someone who is in that position, because
Mhm.
they're at the end of their life,
Right.
right? How far along? Because
Mhm.
I don't know when do you decide to do the pinning? Is it done? Because you know what's going on,
Right.
You're in hospice,
Right.
so you know exactly
Right.
kind of where they're at, right?
Right.
When do you usually do that?
I do it as soon as possible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So when they come in, sometimes they're not really super sick. Sometimes they are not yet. Am I correct on that?
That's correct.
Talk a little bit about who your patient is. Go ahead. Who's the patient? What do they look like?
Well, it all depends about the patient when it comes on. So it has all these questions. The intake coordinator is going to go over the family, and they ask all kind of questions. So pretty much everything about his life. And this part of the question, so it's a questionnaire. If it was enjoy the military and stuff, then we'll go from there.
Do they? You go to their homes,
Yeah,
That's correct.
Yeah,
right?
we'll go to their
Or
homes.
do they
Their
sometimes?
No, we go to the homes.
Always
No.
done at their
Office
homes,
or
right?
Or group home, wherever that
Or a group
patient is
home.
Yeah.
located, that's where we go.
That's where you go. And here's the thing, right? We all have to honor our vets and our first responders too. I must say
Yes,
that to everybody
I
out
agree.
there too. Our teachers, there are a lot of people, but vets, when you've got to do something special, and that's what you guys have wanted to do. How long have you been doing this little service for everybody there?
I have been a volunteer coordinator, and I've been doing this for probably 8 years.
Have you been
And
looking for new volunteers? Are you always looking for volunteers?
Always,
Let's talk
always,
about that.
always looking
So,
for
you're on the
volunteers.
radio now. You might want to just ask for that. What do you look for in that?
Someone that's willing to go visit a patient, a lot of times, they're homebound. They don't have anybody they can have a conversation with. So
somebody's listening to this, they'd like to volunteer.
Yeah.
Do they just go up onto the website or call, or how does
yeah,
that?
they
Okay.
can call, go on the website. And I also am really, really needing veteran volunteers. That's a veteran, that's a volunteer that I put with that veteran.
I'll tell you something. I'm just going to ask that because I'm sure there's a lot of vets out there. When they hear that you're doing
Yes.
this, they would probably love to get them involved
Yes.
somehow. You can check them out on their website. It is SolaceHospiceAZ.com. Their phone number, it's 480-450-8867. Check them out, and thank you. They want to thank all the
Thank
vets
you for
as
having
well.
us. Thank you so much.
Thanks
Thank you.
for your services.
Thank you.
Thank you.